Hi guys, my name is Alex Ochterman, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my hot topic paper, which is technology usage and the effects it has on adolescents. So obviously, as we all know, technology has started to grow more and more over the years with the cell phones, computers, video games, etc. And although it has a lot of positives to it, it does create a lot of information at the tip of our fingers. It also that information and technology can also be a hazard to the adolescents that we are growing today, usually between I don't know, ages 10 to 18 when their cognitive states are still not 100% completed yet. And also, not only is it creating social implications, but we're also starting to see educational deficits when phones and screen times are being overused. So basically, this paper is going to discuss those issues and possible scenarios that could improve the outcomes for the future. So the first article that I found had to do with two psychologists that studied the effects screen time had on adolescents, obviously. They came to the conclusion that the increased amount of screen time correlated with a higher chance for ADHD, depression, and social anxiety. And so the reason behind this, they found out, is when you have your phone in school, obviously, and you can't use it, those adolescents are starting to feel anxious and they can't really focus on the task at hand because they're constantly worried about social media, who's texting them, latest videos, etc. Um, I think that's kind of come down to the fact that everybody's so relied, especially at this young age, on technology and their cell phones for answers, and they don't really know how to think for themselves. So the second article that I found focused on a study that was done by a group of psychologists to see the results adolescents had on body image. Um, this is important, obviously, to the hot topic paper because technology tends to be a way the young adults escape from reality and their negative self-perception. Um, and it could have a positive perception, but at the same time, anybody who out there who has Instagram understands the idea that you see a lot of pictures of a lot of people that have unrealistic bodies. And I think society kind of says that you're supposed to look this one way if you're going to look good. If not, then you're ugly. And I think, especially at this young age when they don't understand or comprehend that you can look whichever way you want to. I think that it kind of hurts their self-esteem. Obviously, goes into things like eating disorders and a lot of emotional states where it could become a problem. The third article that I found, or third data that I found, um, had to do again with psychologists studying the correlation between nighttime phone usage and sleep patterns in young adults. So, in cases where higher amounts of phone usage was reported, this also caused a higher chance of anxiety and depression. So, basically, everybody knows sleep is important. So, you need your 6 to 8 hours of sleep, especially at this age when it's really important when you are burning a lot of energy and um, with sports and school and whatnot. When you don't get that sleep, your brain starts to work overtime, and you become depressed and tired, and your body just doesn't function the same way. So I think that kind of goes into the same fact about going to school. If your mind's not working properly, how are you supposed to learn, and how are you supposed to get good grades when you're constantly falling asleep in class or depressed, or just I think it heightens the emotional state in general. So the last article that I found exemplifies how technology has created a communication system between parent and child that is not always positive. So parents having a 24/7 access on communication with their child could actually prove to be more harmful than helpful. So I thought this was actually a really interesting study. It had to do with um, the communication between parents and kids. So usually this study, for example, had to do with I think they picked 500 duo relationships. So it was a mom and dad, or mom and son, son and dad, dad and daughter, something like that. And so it actually showed that when parents consistently reach out to their kids, it actually causes more emotional detachment from the parent to that child. Obviously, anybody out there knows the situation. You're at your friend's house. You're not doing anything bad. You're just staying a little bit later than they wanted you to, but in their head, you're doing something bad. So they're constantly asking, "Where are you at? When are you coming home? What are you doing?" And at some point, you just kind of, I think we've all been there. You kind of get annoyed, and it's like, just leave me alone. I'm fine. I'm doing my own thing. And psychologists actually showed from this study that giving them that individuality aspect of life actually helps grow the relationship, which is actually, you wouldn't think it would, but I I think letting your kid do what they want, not what they want, but in regards to a little bit of individuality and letting them kind of live their life. And so basically, as discussed with many examples, the issue that technology is starting to create on our future children is one that we as a society need to start focusing on. So whether that's controlling screen time, controlling what age you get a cell phone, the amount of time spent on video games, computer, etc. I think we as adults need to start taking this more serious, and not really relying like our kids do on technology. So I thank you guys for listening to my video and hope you have a good day.